The air hung heavy with the scent of sandalwood as a devotee approached Gautama, the Buddha. His heart ached with a question that gnawed at his soul. He believed in the Buddha's teachings, in the path to enlightenment. Yet a nagging doubt lingered in his mind. Did God exist? This question, whispered among devotees, was a source of heated debate and philosophical wrestling. The devotee yearned for clarity, for an answer that would soothe his restless spirit. The Buddha, with his serene demeanor and profound wisdom, seemed to be the only one who could offer solace. He approached the enlightened one, his heart pounding with a mixture of hope and trepidation.
"O enlightened one, my heart is troubled. I seek your guidance on a matter that has plagued me for countless nights. Does God exist? Is there a divine being who governs our fates and shapes our destinies?"
The devotee looked up, his eyes pleading for an answer that would illuminate the deepest recesses of his being. He waited with bated breath for the Buddha's response, hoping it would bring him the peace he desperately sought. Unbeknownst to the devotee, a renowned scholar had also come to seek an audience with the Buddha. This was no ordinary scholar, but a learned Charvaka, a follower of a school of thought that rejected the notion of an afterlife and the existence of God. The Charvakas believed only in what could be perceived by the senses, adhering to a strict doctrine of materialism.
You speak of enlightenment, of karma and rebirth. But what proof do you offer for these grand claims? Your teachings are mere fabrications designed to comfort the ignorant masses. There is no God, no soul, no afterlife. When we die, our bodies decay, and that is the end of our existence.
The Charvaka's words hung in the air, a stark contrast to the serene ambience of the Buddha's presence. His challenge was not merely an intellectual exercise, but a fundamental questioning of the very principles upon which the Buddha's teachings were founded. The devotee, now an observer to this unexpected confrontation, felt a surge of anxiety. He watched the Buddha intently, his hopes now pinned on the enlightened one's response to this formidable opponent. The Buddha, with his characteristic tranquility, listened intently to both the devotee and the Charvaka. He absorbed their words, not with judgment or a need to defend his teachings, but with a deep and compassionate understanding. The morning sun, filtering through the leaves of the Bodhi tree, cast dancing shadows on his serene face. To the surprise of both the devotee and the Charvaka, the Buddha chose to remain silent. He offered no pronouncements, no grand declarations about the nature of God or the mysteries of the universe. Instead, he smiled gently, his eyes radiating a profound sense of peace that transcended the limitations of language. The Buddha's silence was not an evasion, but a deliberate response. He understood that the human mind, in its quest for certainty, often seeks concrete answers and definitive pronouncements, but the truth, he knew, was far more nuanced and elusive. It could not be captured in rigid doctrines or simplistic pronouncements. The Buddha's silence was an invitation to look beyond the confines of dogma and to embark on a personal journey of self-discovery. It was a powerful reminder that the most profound truths are often realized through introspection and direct experience, not through blind faith or intellectual debate. As the day progressed and the sun reached its zenith, the Buddha called upon the devotee. Addressing him with warmth and compassion, he said,
"Your question is a significant one, a question that has echoed through the ages. However, the existence or non-existence of God is not the primary concern on the path to enlightenment."
The devotee, initially taken aback by this unexpected response, listened with rapt attention as the Buddha continued.
Whether God exists or not, there is suffering in the world. There is old age, sickness, and death. These are the truths we must confront, the realities we must address.
The Buddha's words were not a dismissal of the devotee's question, but a gentle redirection. He was guiding the devotee away from abstract theological debates and towards the immediacy of human experience. The path to enlightenment, he emphasized, lay not in unraveling the mysteries of the cosmos, but in understanding the nature of suffering and the impermanence of all things. The Buddha's teachings were not about offering easy answers or comforting certainties. They were about empowering individuals to seek their own truths, to cultivate wisdom and compassion through self-reflection and mindful living. His response to the devotee was a testament to this approach, a gentle nudge towards a path of inner exploration and self-discovery.